Welcome back to GloryHunter. We take, hopefully, a step towards a Copa del Rey final today. It's 2 legs against Almeria. As such, we're going to be simulating the first one against them today. We've then got games in the league, followed by, or inclusive of, sandwiching, in fact, a Champions League game against PSG, which we will be simulating the first leg of at home as well. So we'll sim Almeria, play Levante, sim PSG, play Valladolid, and then play via Carno. And if the game against Almeria gives us a fantastically good scoreline, then we might consider simming the second leg against Almeria as well. But the most important game upcoming is that one against Real Madrid there, because the gap at the top of the table is 10 points, and there are 15 games to go. So 45 points still available to be won, and absolutely, we hope to win as many of those as physically possible. We were frustrated with the draw yesterday against Barcelona, and we're looking to make up for that with 3 straight three straight La Liga wins in today's episode. So fingers crossed we can do that. And of course, if we can get victory in the Champions League, although unlikely, and victory in the Copa del Rey, which is less likely than I thought it was going to be now that Dervishola has given them a 1-0 lead after 7 minutes, then hopefully we can close the gap on Real Madrid yet further before then playing them tomorrow, and fingers crossed winning that one as well. We're going to have to come from behind here against Almeria. They knocked out Atletico Madrid in the last round, so to be fair, they do have previous in this year's competition, but they're a Segunda Liga team. They're not in the league, the top flight this year, Almeria, but certainly they're having a lovely cup run into the semis, but fingers crossed this is as far as they'll get. Mind losing this first leg, because we are going to play the second if we lose this one. And I feel like in a played game, we'd batter them. It's a nice ball, and they're in again, and it's 2-0 Almeria. Joey Fearman manages to tuck it home. All right, not what we expected from this one, is it? To say the least. At home against the side in the league below, in La Liga. Yeah. They did the job against Atleti, and, well, they're doing a job against us as well. They've got a free kick in a good position here. Almeria as well. This might be 3. We might have one hell of a second leg deficit to try and recover from. No, it's deflected off the wall. They do still have a follow-up effort that the keeper holds on to well. Doesn't necessarily fill us with confidence, does it? For latter stages in this season, but we have pulled one back through Milan check. Is that the tide turning in this Copa del Rey semi-final first leg? Potentially so. Tanganga into the middle, cleared away. Time running out here for a late equaliser. 2-1 is absolutely a recoverable scoreline, and 2-2 brings us back on level pegging. So it's effectively then, in the second game, just a 1-game showdown, like regular knockout football, like it has been for the previous few games in the Copa del Rey. A 2-goal deficit overturned, and equal as we push on then into the game against Levante, where hopefully we can get ourselves all 3 points and a win on the day. 4-4-2 for Levante. Gonzalo Martinez in goal. Renato Rodriguez, Andrew I always struggle with his name. Andrew Omabamidele at centre-back alongside Jared Branthwaite and Gonçalvo Machado. Diallo and Reinders in the midfield with Tolly Musonda on the left and Julian Fernandez on the right. Ibrahime Nian up top alongside Tony Carrizzo, who's an 83 rated youth player. Whether he's a regen of anyone, we don't know. A couple of changes for me, purely, again, stamina-based. Vitic in at centre-back. Reguilon in at left wing for Elise, with Chilwell in at left back for Reguilon, who's pushed forward. Reguilon actually playing as a left mid and still gets boosts to his stats, so suits that position. And Isak is in for Milan Czech, and Roberto has dropped a little bit deeper. Again, done for stamina. Right, Levante have 14 points this season. And I think, if I remember rightly, they beat me earlier in this season. And it was one of the few wins that they've gotten this year. So, rather understandably, I'd like to hammer them in this one if we can. Reguilon, Roberto, Isak. That's a good start. The hammering has commenced. Chile down the line to Reguilon. Kefren Turam. Took an age to get that under control. That was a sweet offside trap that didn't work. Isak in at the double in the 11th minute. It's 2-0, but that's all Levante. So is he off? The moment it actually hits his boot, because he swept through the ball almost. It looks like he's well off by the time the ball actually looks like it's on its way to him, but actually he's just onside. Well, Levante, you shot yourselves in the foot there. Alexander Isak with an 11-minute brace, and he's another almost 80 minutes to score himself a hat-trick. And just running blindly at me probably isn't going to work as a tactic either, lads, just as an FYI. Roberto's in. This could be an absolute field day. It's 14 minutes in, and it's Malaga 3, Levante 0. Oh dear. Guaido and Bandea. Boado. Actually, Roberto's made a good run. Can we get he and Isak on hat-tricks after half an hour? Not quite. Kefren wins that header though. Roberto looking for Isak round the corner. He's in for the hat-trick, let alone just getting him on a hat-trick. Good save, Martinez. Isak denied after half an hour. Bulat delivers. Isak not denied after 31 minutes. A hat-trick for our Swedish number 23. Quite so obvious. And we're 4-0 to the good. Sorry, Levante. You're having a very bad season, and we're only making it considerably worse. Nice tackle by Antonio Silva. And Bulat forward. Shall we score again? I think every highlight so far in this game has been a goal, and Roberto's just going to run away from their entire defence. 2 hat-tricks? There can't be 2 hat-tricks. That's only 5 goals. Alexander Isak has scored a hat-trick, hasn't he? Who scored the other one? I could have sworn they were both on a brace. Who's got my goals? Oh, Roberto did have the other one, but he wasn't on a brace yet. All right, fair enough. 5-0 inside the first half. Twitch chat has just made a very good point. There were times earlier in this period at Malaga where this was happening against us, not for us. It wasn't too long ago, a couple of seasons, where we were in Levante's position and we were getting battered by 4 or 5 goals. So the turnaround for this Malaga side has been genuinely remarkable. Even by FIFA terms, it's still quite a quick turnaround, isn't it? Considering we were challenging in the top 4 last season as well, and not that far away from a league title challenge. Levante just so happened to be the whipping boys in La Liga this season. And this will be the first highlight in the game that isn't a goal being scored. Although, if we continue on and now go and score another one throughout the course of this highlight, then maybe it still will. Roberto to Isak. Roberto, I want you to go again, mate. I want Roberto to get a hat-trick as well. Look for Kefren around the corner. Into Isak. There's Roberto. Beat the man. No hat-trick. He's missed. We won the Europa League at Juventus as well, didn't we? And we won the Champions League in England. So I'm way off with all of that. But Roberto now does have his hat-trick. It's 1 year in 1 year in England, 3 trophies. 2 years in Germany, 2 trophies. And 2 years in Italy, 2 trophies. Because of the Europa League as well. So we're not doing that bad, to be fair. Not bad at all. In complete honesty. To be just in Season 8 and have already won... What? 8 of the 14 trophies we want? No, 10 of the 14 trophies we want. Jesus Christ, Levante. Stop conceding goals. It's 7. Can't make it 8, can we? No. Blocked well. The one bit of defending that Levante actually did... Well, it's Roberto that gets given the match ball. But I don't know why you're waving to the home fans, mate. They are not going to want to see you again. Unsurprisingly, some boos ringing out around the ground. He gets a match ball as well. That was outrageous. 11 shots, 7 goals. Yesterday, we had 13 shots against Barcelona and only scored once. Such is how straightforward that game was against Levante. Reguilon is quite happy to continue to play there. Perfectly happy with the way that Alexander Isak has been playing in those extra games that he's found himself involved in now as well. And it's Paris Saint-Germain that we will play against next. Is that Roberto going up a level again? He's now 84, Mr. Roberto. You love to see it. Really wanted him to grow this season, and my has he. Up 3 from 81 to 84. He's now truly as good as his rating suggests, or his rating actually matches his overall performances, whereas previously it didn't. We'll simulate Paris Saint-Germain first leg. We have no real interest in the Champions League this year. It's domestic stuff that we want to win, so let's get past PSG and continue to try and win domestic stuff. It's Valladolid on the way after this one. Pulisic, Mbappe, Ezelzuli, Najevic, Silva, Armal, Botman, Tamori, Chust, Yilmaz, Donnarumma. It's pretty strong. Paris Saint-Germain, it's pretty strong. I imagine this is probably only going to be a strong result for the Parisians. To be honest, even in a played game, I don't know if I'd be able to hold my own against PSG. So we're not really going to be too concerned about what the end result is in this one. Nor are we going to take it personally if we take a bit of a hiding as well. We're going to get a pen, though. I'm sure that's a penalty. Is it going to allow me to take it? It is. Roberto from the spot after 9 minutes in the Champions League. He's going to step up here and put it in the top left corner. Just like that. Malaga 1, Paris Saint-Germain 0. Maybe we will stand a chance against the Parisians. Who knows? We're off to a good start. Oh, free kick in a good position now as well. Paris Saint-Germain can't help themselves but make fouls. It's not as good a position as I thought it was. Boulat will take. Now, the last free kick I tried with Boulat didn't even make it over the wall. This time, I'll try and put a bit more power on it. Get it over the wall and to come back down again. It's over the wall. Oh! It's gone in! Oh, what a screamer from Boulat! Gol del Malaga! 2 to the good! Vamos! Wow! We'll see that again. Donnarumma got to it. Got big hands on it. 0.1 XG. 94 kilometres it was struck at. And he couldn't keep it out. Ah! Let's go! What a free kick! James Ward-Prowse, eat your heart out, son. There's 3! Elise with a worldie of his own. Oh my God! Wow! We're flying. Where has this come from? A penalty, a free kick, and then a worldie from open play. Maybe I should have just simmed the Champions League in every season. Deary me. We're on fire. That's 10 goals in our last 1 and a bit games. Oh, it's beautiful. It's 4. It's 4. Name a better duo. Paris Saint-Germain and getting knocked out of the Champions League in the round of 16. Unbelievable stuff. Arguably, one of the biggest results in Malaga's history, this. And there's still time. That's their first shot, Paris Saint-Germain. Elise with 2, Boulat with 1, and Roberto as well, with a penalty early doors. We might be in again for another here still. Building nicely, but cleared away. It's 5! What is happening? 5! 12 goals in 2 games. And none conceded. And 1 conceded. Timing. Oh, dearie me. I'm genuinely lost for words. Nearly found Isak in the middle. It's 5-1. How come in some sims we lose to Cadiz or to Getafe, but Paris Saint-Germain we can win 5-1 against? That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. We've Valladolid next, and then Vallecano after that. Soule's on his way back as well. What an unbelievable day. Valladolid, along with Levante, are also in the relegation zone. Levante bottom. It's Girona that's a second bottom. And Valladolid are down in 18th. So we might, if they play like Levante did, be having another worldie of a performance. Marianne Ayaouni in goal. Get some consonants in your name, mate. Vidal, Kelly, Torres and Sam McCallum. Martel, Golovin, Douglas Luiz, Geiger and Mavadidi with Moise Sahi up top as their sole striker. Very defensive formation for a side that really need to be scoring some goals if they're to get themselves out of the position they find themselves in the league. playing in a lovely purple strip with some gold accents and a bit of black thrown in there as well. What are you doing, Ches? Martel, Sahi, good save by Garrido. First chance of the game goes via Delid's way. Douglas Luiz is their highest rated player at 83 at CDM. Garrido having to make the game again, make the save again. We're the top goal scoring team in the league with 54 win 24. But that will certainly be stat padded a little bit by that win against Levante. That's a good header. Well, if Valladolid are this good, why are they in the relegation zone? I guess, to be fair, they're creating chances, but they're not scoring them. And that is perhaps the reason why they are where they are in the league. Certainly the reason why Cambridge are where they are in the league in real life. In the past 2 games for Cambridge United, on paper, 40 shots. In reality, a single goal. And that's why Cambridge is second bottom in League One this season. Thankfully, we're nowhere near a relegation zone with Malaga anymore, even though we were when we first joined. It's all about scoring goals. It's all about rising through the table. It's all about putting the ball in the back of the net in quite some style. Bula makes it 1-0. And that, Valladolid, is how you finish. Alexander Golovin controls it through his chest. Douglas Luiz, Golovin, Mavadidi, dangled a leg, Tanganga and Bula get it away. I'm really surprised at how good Valladolid have been so far. Quado's been good on the right-hand side, but we have missed Matthias Sule, I'm sure. Check. That was meant for Roberto. It'll find Thuram! Everything we touch turns to goals. Elise. Roberto. And forward to Milan. Check. 3! I'm running out of things to say for us to scoring goals. Because this is just nutty. I promise I'm not cheating. I've not like lowered the difficulty or anything. I am recording everything live on Twitch, so all of the behind the scenes are able to be seen. It's just one of those episodes. Sahi. But it was just like, nope, my ball. Quado. Check. Beats his man brilliantly. 4! 4! 4! Just keeps going in. And here's Mavadidi. Near. Oh, maybe. Mavadidi. Oh, Sahi put his foot through it. They're going to celebrate this one because they don't seemingly score many. Oh, lads, we did it. We did a goal. Yay! Yeah, it's a consolation, lads. That's all it is. Sorry, boys. To Chilwell. On off the bench here. He's getting lower in rating now, Chilwell, as he's getting a little teeny bit older. He's one of the few players that is declining in this squad. Only, to be fair, both of them are left back, aren't they? Only he and Reguilon are the two to be dropping in rating. The rest are thinking only about improving for the rest of their careers. Here's Monshu into Douglas Luiz and Sahi. Oh, that wasn't far wide at all. It might have taken a slight deflection, did it? It did indeed. 3 shots for Roberto, 5 shots for Sahi. They did start the game very brightly, Valladolid, and they have drawn the second half, to be fair to them. They improved, but it just was already gone. Well beyond rescue, unfortunately for them, but you could see there from the match highlights, the first few, Garrido save, Garrido save, Garrido save. Then it was goal and goal for us. Valladolid showing some fight at the bottom end of the table, but unfortunately for them, just not enough quality at either end of the pitch, which kind of makes you believe that they probably will end up getting relegated. Is Rayo Vallecano up next for us to finish the day off? We've got 7 goals in one game, 5 in the next, 4 in the next. Just how many can we get to end the day? 4-2-3-1 for Vallecano. I'm not sure where they are in the league, but they've got some higher quality players. Miguel Moro in goal's not great, but our former player Yankuta at right back for them. Demiral, Kotza and Califiori is their back 4. Moro and Petrovic in midfield. Diatta, Jarrah Bowen and 84 rated Kiergaard, who's pretty damn decent in that cam spot, sat behind Jurgen Strand Larsen, who was the man that scored a goal against us last time we played Vallecano. remember off the top of my head whether we beat them or not. I think we did. But it certainly was a difficult game. I remember Larson scoring. We may even have lost it. I'd have to double check the fixture list. I really need to do something about my memory, don't I? But unfortunately, it's a bit out of my control with the ME. My memory is one of the things that significantly suffers outside of the whole physical fatigue side of things. Anyway, less of that. Let's go and score some more goals here if we can, please. You might notice a young Matthias Sule back in the starting lineup. I wanted to go all the way, but there just wasn't the opportunity to shoot to get him the goal. Maybe there will be yet. Roberto, no, not yet. But there is time. Elise, I could try and cross it. We'll go for it. Oh, please. Sule! A big deflection, but I think the effort was going a long way wide regardless. Imagine if he just arrives on the end of that and slams it into the top corner to welcome himself back to the team. Elise, chest. I'm not going to get the chance to volley that. I really desperately wanted to. Get this out to Sule. Quickly look for Elise. Can't get the pass off. Options are nearly there for a goal against Valladolid. So far, they're remaining more defensively sound than anyone else that we've played today. Well intercepted by Antonio Silva. Well intercepted by Kjærgaard. And bowling through to Jurgen Strand-Larsen. Awkward for Garrido down low. Does get to it, though. And play continues from the corner. Jan Couto delivers. Diata's underneath it. Oh, defender and keeper between them. Keep it out. Still waiting for the goal to go in front here. We could really do with going in front. Considering the state of the league, Elise's header is going to go considerably wide. We are at kickoff 8 points short of Real Madrid. Just 3 points closer than we were at the beginning of the day. And we know we've got them to come tomorrow. So if we can win against Real Madrid tomorrow and win here, we will be at most 5 points off them at the top of the table when it comes to the end of the season. And Matthias Sule is, what's the phrase, back with a bang. Boom, 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 a knockout blow. 1-0. At last we make the breakthrough. There to Jan Couto and Kjærgaard. I'm worried about this. We only have a 1-goal advantage at the minute. Oh, Larson. He's trying to be cheeky there, shaping like he's going to turn and look for a ball inside, and very nearly catching myself and goalkeeper out. Thankfully, we've got a keeper with good reactions at that near post that can make the stop, but that was almost genius from their striker. So very nearly an unexpected, but a very, very impressive equalising goal. Kjærgaard winning that back, Bulat having to fight hard to keep hold of it. I am slightly concerned that it is only 1-0 still. We do want to make sure we get victories in games, almost every single game we've got for the rest of the year, to ensure that we can challenge Real Madrid at the top of the table. It's not a foul. Some strong challenges going in, but the referee's letting the flow of the game continue and being a little more lenient, which I like. At least I like when I'm the one putting in the harder challenges. When they put in a hard challenge and I feel like I should have a free kick or penalty, I'll be disappointed. But with a 2-goal advantage now, as Roberto slides into the net to celebrate, I think the result might just be safe now. 2 goals up against Vallecano. Let's close that gap even more on Real Madrid. Please drop more points this match day so we can get even closer with a win against you tomorrow. Kjærgaard, it's a heavy touch. Oh God, it nearly rebounded for them nicely anyway. There's only 1 minute added on at the end of the game. So not even a consolation goal for Vallecano, but we might add a third. We won't. Not to worry. The 3 points still come our way. Now, hopefully, Real Madrid will have dropped points. And we might be able to get closer with a victory tomorrow. They haven't played on this particular match day. So the gap is going to be at most 8, at least 5, but maybe 6. There are no easy games in La Liga, though, and we found that out the hard way this season, or every season that we've been in La Liga so far. But once again, we are challenging for the title. We were 6 points off it last year. Couldn't quite get the title challenge over the line, but after just narrowly surviving relegation the season before, we were perfectly happy by keeping the position that we were in 3rd place. The standings in the league, we are actually going to have to play that second leg against Almeria, aren't we? Maybe I can sim it and jump in, perhaps? Not sure, I haven't decided. They were victorious again, Real Madrid. So the gap is 8. They beat Real Sociedad by 2-0, as you can see at the top of the list on the right-hand side. but we're not that far behind them. Beat them in the first game of the La Liga section tomorrow, and the gap will be 5. Then it's Cadiz and Sevilla, and we're not far from the end of the season, but there are some difficult games still left to come with Valencia, Villarreal. Bilbao on the final day is going to be awkward, to say the least, and Atleti are in there too. It's not going to be a straight run to the end for either ourselves or Real Madrid, but if we can beat them in that game tomorrow, we are most certainly still very much in the hunt. The challenge for 2 trophies this season is still alive, and hopefully will continually be after tomorrow's episode as well. I'll see you for that tomorrow.